I'm going to put this up on YouTube later. I wanted to get through all of the different decks, and it's hard to get through all of them and record them and then render them and upload them to YouTube without cutting into stream time, so I'm going to chop it in half. I'm going to do both. Haha. I'm going to be a smart guy today, so we're going to go ahead with the Yeti loyalty deck, and we'll see how well Yetis can stand up to this current event environment. I'm excited to try it. This is a lot more of an aggressive Primal build than the other one. The other one I had a lot of hailstorms and things and thought that I would capitalize on other people being aggressive. This one's a lot different than that. Hey, amazing Fiona, good to see you. I'm going to be talking a little bit less to chat than normal because I'm putting this up on YouTube. Hello, YouTube people. And we're going to be doing, this is the last couple decks for Primal, Fire, and Justice. I want to show them off a little bit on stream as well, and I thought this would be a fun thing to do. I like this hand. We've got Snowcrust Yeti and Yeti Windflyers. Looks pretty good. Got a nice aggro start. We have a lot of depleted standards because a lot of our units are very, very cheap. Okay, that's obnoxious. Generally, I'm not worried about fire. I haven't seen a lot of fire decks in this event yet. I feel like fire, for whatever reason, people just didn't really want to play it. There's some perception that it's weaker, even though it's the one that's done better and ranked as a mono color. There we go. Okay. But if we can get like a Wump or something, we can get these big enough to block the stupid little Yetis. Yeti Windflyer next turn will stop it at least, so that's nice. The Standard and Monument are a little bit awkward here. And they'll attack with one. No attacks at all. That's very strange. I'm going to lead with the Yeti Windflyer anyways. Even though it does mean that I have depleted power for next turn, so I can't Thudrock.
Channel inner peace.
Jishu is scary. That card's obnoxious. And now they attack. And they do it after they play Jishu, so they don't get the ability on it. I am very confused as to what our opponent is doing here. That seems like a lot of mistakes. I'm going to go ahead and Cobalt Monument, and I think just play Fearless Yeti. Do I want to hold back the 2-2? Because they're winning the long game. Thudrock next turn, get to snowball something. I think that's correct. I think we wait. This is wild. I can't believe our opponent's lines of play here. They've been very, very strange. Wow. Alright. They are more than willing to just throw a lot of units into the grinder, huh? Guess that's fine. They are pecking in little bits of damage. It just doesn't seem like it's enough damage to realistically be worth it. This is one of the few non-Yetis that I had. I wanted something that could just win the game on its own, and Acquisitive Crow always feels like that to me. And I kind of ran out of really good Yetis to play. Alright, we're going to snowball the 3-1. And then, I think, attack the 4-2. I feel like we have the option to do that. They might be able to get through and kill the Thudrock, but I'm not super concerned that's what'll happen. Well, I could have used that earlier so I could transform some of our other stuff, but now I don't really want to do that yet. I've got enough to play BAM or like Acquisitive plus Snowcrust next turn. I don't need to keep holding on to more Primal. Cinder Sprite. That's the one that dies at end of turn, yeah. End of your turn or when it deals damage. Interesting. Go for the Thudrock. Well, we'll just let Thudrock die, and I guess that I get a free Ticking Grenadin. Nice of them to swing with that, too. I guess one way or another, we were going to... They kind of had to, because we could double block. I don't know that I would have. Fair enough, though. say that's a reasonable choice from our opponent. No Justa and no Justice. Listen, Justa just wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. The avatar is cool. I'll keep the avatar, but Justa itself is pretty medium. So do we want a Permafrost? Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got Acquisitive Crow and Permafrost, or Windflyer, Snowcrust, and Permafrost. So we've got some options depending on what our opponent's doing. Cool. Let's get another 3-2. Sure. It's a lot of drones. A lot of drones. I guess that's why they were just so willing to throw everything into the meat grinder before. Stall all of that. Swing. I'm gonna play Acquisitive Crow here. They kind of have to kill Bam. Because popping out 1/1s every turn is gonna ruin them. And then I would assume triple block Bam. No? Chump block Bam? Okay, well, that definitely feels like a losing line. I don't think they can win if they're doing that. That seems very medium. Now they can't kill Bam. They're just gonna throw away the 1/1. Okay, so I get a value block, and I get to kill their Jishu. I'm not sure what they're banking on to get out of this. Their attacks have been highly suspect, to say the least. And the game's over now, anyways. I don't know that they could have won if they had played differently, but I can't imagine that it wouldn't have gone better for them if they had played differently. Alright, sweet. Round 1, and 1 win. To try to get to the highest rank is Shadow the best deck. That's what we're determining. I'm not 100% certain. Shadow feels very strong because it has some of the best removal for sure. Primal does too. Primal actually has a lot of removal. Ice Bolt and Permafrost, things like that are pretty solid. It's got some really, really good power base changes. So the power base in Primal, you might have noticed with this deck, the thing that's advantageous for me in Primal is that Cobalt Monument and the blue standard, Cobalt standard or whatever is, they're both very powerful. And with us being pretty aggressive, I think we can play 4 of each, which I like. Alright, I decided to keep this hand because all we really needed was 1 power, and got there, luckily. Primal's a lot better than it used to be. And I'm going to go ahead and lead with the Windflyer against Justice. I feel like Justice is another color that people think is going to be one of the best ones. It's got really situational removal. There's advantages and disadvantages to each. Time has some very powerful top deck draws, like... Really? Talon gets me. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. However, I can Thudrock and then snowball it. I guess Wump would have also done the same thing. I like this a little more. But what I mean by that with time is that time can go like turn 1 Initiate of the Sands, turn 2 like Initiate Devotee, and then turn 3, you know, do something like World Bear Behemoth. It can do some stupid, stupid, stupid stuff. And other decks can't necessarily play on that level, but time also has basically no removal. So there's give and take with all of them for sure. All of the board wipes that are actual board wipes are Injustice, right? Harsh Rule, end of the story, that kind of thing. So it's hard to say which is the 100% best deck. That's what we're determining by playing all the different colors. We'll see how they all feel. I think I'd rather Jump Kick than Fend Off. And I could shift this to transform a card in their market. Or we could just play it. I think I want to play BAM straight up. A 4-6 that comes into play. Next turn we have the option, if they don't immediately kill BAM, we get to Wump, and then whatever BAM makes immediately draws us cards, which is pretty sick. And, of course, then BAM is a 5-7. So I think that's the best way to do it. Plain Grit. Oh, baby. What is going on with this Justice deck? I'm guessing they went with an Armory build, then? That's gotta be the decision they made. And now leading with Wump also means that we get Thudrock next turn, and Thudrock immediately hits and makes a Yeti for every Yeti that we already... Or makes a snowman with power equal to the Yetis we already have, which is pretty sick. Oh, they have Isolate. That's an interesting one. Do I want to play that? It does mean that I can Snowfort and Acquisitive Crow next turn. You know, I think I will. It sucks that I don't get the 4/4 flyer, but I like my hand already. I want to have enough power to start dropping 2 things here. Isolate's a pretty good one, I think, for Justice to have in this format. Our opponent's in a lot of trouble, though. Yep, there's Mantle of Justice. However... Oh, well, we have a lot of ways to deal with that. As it turns out, I drew even more ways to deal with it. I'm gonna Ice Bolt it, I think, though, because just better for our power. And hopefully they don't have those board wipes we were talking about. But considering Mantle of Justice, I mean, I don't know, though. They're playing Grit? Mantle of Justice and Valkyrie Aspirant feel like they belong in a very aggressive Justice deck. And things like Grit, Talon, like even Isolate a little bit, feel like they belong in more of the slow control value deck. So I'm really not certain what our opponent is playing. It feels like they're half and half. I'm gonna kill Wump. They have to kill Wump. But Acquisitive Crow is also a big problem. Oh! Deal? That seems good for me. Glad they did that. They still have a chance to get out of this for sure. And Pilfer. Well, this could be anything because I feel like anything could be in our opponent's deck. Copper Hull Porter. Sure. I'm going to leave these off the board. I feel like the only way our opponent can really get out of this game is if they have the board wipe. And we have Ice Bolt and Permafrost to remove any kind of blockers. And we have enough damage on the board to kill them. So, to me, it makes sense.
For those we've lost.
Get rid of any blockers and kill them after that. We could Ice Bolt our own unit to get tribute if we want. They're playing the 3/2 and Silverwing Avenger. This definitely feels like cards I've put together. Cards I own. Easy enough. Avalanche Yeti comes down and steals a game, like it does. We'll just remove both of their units and chuck a snowball at their head for lethal. There was a snowball fight! Fearless Yeti. Acquisitive Crow. If we get a Primal, this is a pretty good hand. Kind of need 2 in a row. It's a little dicey. We are on the draw. Fearless Yeti is a good one. And it helps us get down further. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to keep. We might get punished. This is one of those ones where it's in the rear view mirror as to whether or not it's good or bad. It's so totally dependent on what the draw is. We'll look like geniuses if we draw 2 power, and we'll look like idiots if we don't. And I feel like the odds are about 50-50. They've got to be very close to that. I jumped the gun on that one. Could have gone a tiny bit slower and warped that off. Yep. That's a thing that happens sometimes. Ooh, this is a very different time deck. Well, I've got my friend Wump, which means that my 4-2 can get in. This is a scary start from our opponent, though. They've got a really good one. Thankfully, we drew the Primal and kind of got out of it. I'm going to bottom that. We don't really need another Primal right now. Yeah, I just went too fast on that warp. It didn't show up yet, and didn't think that I was getting one. Just gotta go a half step slower. This looks like it might be a real problem. Ooh. Alright, they're going for a lot of Inspire stuff and Nightfall, I guess. It's a fine thing to do. I'm going to be a little careful this time, so I'm going to attack the 4-2 first. See if they block or if they just let it hit them. And either way, I guess that it's going to hit them, unless they double block. Which I don't know that they're willing to do. I don't think they want to throw away the Amaran. Bottom that. I wanted to see if we got another warp, is the thing. And we didn't get tribute for Snowforts. I was going to jam both Snowforts and just have two 5/5s. Instead, I think I just play a natural BAM. So we'll just play regular old BAM. The way that it's meant to be. Because if we draw another Primal or any kind of power card next turn, then we can go Snowfort and shift a BAM. I have a feeling that we're probably losing BAM. Oh, goodness. Okay, well... do I have a Dark Bolt? Maybe? Somewhere, please? Yikes. That's bad. That's a pretty good Inspire draw, huh? Oh, their Inspires have been really, really good. They drew Living Example, played it, and immediately drew this off the Inspire of both of them. Oof. I don't want to get Acquisitive Crow down. We can double block the 7/7. I kind of have to. Oh, this is brutal. Speaking of brutal. Oh, wow. Their top decks are crazy good right now. They've hit like 3 or 4 units in a row after hitting Inspire right away. They played Inspire and then they just drew non-stop units, which is super disgusting, and they've totally locked us out of even having Permafrosts. Really, really nasty. Pretty incredible game. Yeah, we can't win from here. Just way, way too strong to hit that many incredibly powerful units right off of the very early Inspires. They got their deck in exactly the right order that it's meant to be, and that's going to be super tough for us, especially with all of that endurance as well. That was a sick, sick draw. Kind of thing. Let's go ahead and get that redrawn, though. Ugh. Well, we're on the draw. There's a decent chance that we draw another power card. We'll go with the Yeti Windflyer and hope that we can hit Wump right after that. It was a tough start, though. A couple of tough hands in a row. The last one wasn't great either, and it was really good for our opponent. Thankfully, we drew Primal, so we can go Yeti into Wump, and then hopefully Thudrock. If we can actually curve out that way, without our opponent having a bunch of combat tricks, then we're in great shape. Do I want Windflyer first, or would I rather just Snowfort? I'm going to Windflyer. I'll let them kill that one first. Nope. Don't want to use Torch on that. We know that they have it, though, so we'll probably go in for an attack next turn. Oh. I was gonna say, I hope that they don't... I was hoping that they don't tap out, hold up the Torch, and then try and tempt them to kill this. It's a sick curve from our opponent right now. We are unfortunately off of ours, and we can't really land Wump because we know that they're just going to torch it immediately. So that's a really bad plan. We could Snowfort Trumpeter and try and trade some of them. Genev Merchant's also a thing we could do. And we could go for Permafrost. It's not a terrible idea.
Something catch your eye.
It does leave us at the 1/1 Yeti in the air still. I could also go for Clan Standard so we actually have power. That's going to be an issue in a second. Thudrocks would be okay, but not amazing. I think we need to Permafrost. And I'll attack the 1/1 because there's not really any reason to hold it back. We'll be able to block the Sensari Brigand, take 3. Hope they don't have a bunch of pummels or daring maneuvers, but odds of that aren't super high. I feel like what they had was some kind of a torch type spell. Yeah, alright. So we can say they don't have any pump pretty reliably here. Just hope this Impatient Pyromage isn't insane. Yep, that was the problem with letting the Yeti stay at 1/1. I knew that was going to be an issue. We desperately need that power card. I might have to just trade for it. We could play Wump, but Wump is just going to die. This is brutal. Just need one more power, really. If we could have landed Permafrost and a Genev Merchant, or like snuck in Bam or something, that'd have been nice. Bam on 4 here would be so good. Play Wump, make them have the removal, but we know they have it. That's the problem.
Something catch your eye.
Boy, I hate that. Boy, I hate that, but I feel like Wump's just gonna die. If I get a Bam or a Thudrock, Bam and Thudrock can both block these units very well. And so it makes way more sense to have them here.
Move aside.
Sure. So we'll use that to pop Aegis. Have to attack the 3/4. We'll make as many trades here as we can. And then hopefully Bam next turn is good enough. I can double block if I want. It's not unreasonable. We'd lose the Aegis. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that. Nope, still need that power card really badly. Not having drawn a power card yet this game, or sorry, only drawing the one power card this game has been pretty bad. At least we had the one in the market. Like, smart people. I'm gonna play Bam totally normally. And I guess that I'll have to accept the trade of Torch and something for Bam. Sorry about the background noise, everybody. Just a second. It's really bad. Not having 5 power in the market. What an idiot! Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just swing out, right? Yeah. It seems like such an easy 8 space. I don't know what they would be considering. tough one, but we still have play here. We know they have that torch, which is going to be really bad. I could Thudrock plus Permafrost. I was thinking that I wanted to Wump, but playing Wump and then the Snowfort Trumpeter doesn't really get us anywhere. Then we're just trading them, and they're just going to torch it anyways. Playing this, oh wow. Sick turn. That's super gross. Oh wow, they didn't attack that. At least there's that, I suppose. That blows. Let's attack for the 6/5. They will block with their Godin. That was nasty, though. Right after I Permafrost. I had to do it last turn, but that's just disgusting. Oh, really? I was holding on Snowfort Trumpeter to get it afterwards, but I guess that's fine. Let's play Fearless Yeti, then. We get a Scout. Avalanche Yeti. Oh, that's so close. We need power for it, though. Do I want to keep that? Because Avalanche Yeti is backbreaking against them right here. Speaking of backbreaking, hey look, they twisted her in half. That art. Do I want to keep the Avalanche Yeti? That's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I'm going to keep it. I'll keep it. So if they have Torch, we can double block. Oh, they're doing it before attacking. That's good. So now we know what they're up to. Alright, just having every Torch in existence is also pretty good. As it turns out, actually, just having every Torch ever is also pretty good. I imagine they leave back both of the 2/2s. Yeah, so now they can block. Hoping to double block here. I'm gonna attack with this. See if they make a block. Cool. Now the question is, do we Avalanche Yeti or do I pray desperately to hit another power card and win the game off the back of locking down their whole team? It's really risky either way. The bigger risk, too, is that if we're waiting to get a power card, I'm essentially saying that I'm not blocking Godin next turn. I'm just hoping that Thudrock can get through and snowball our way to victory. So I'm going to go ahead and do that anyways, though. It's a really, really risky line, but we're in a ton of trouble. We spent so long praying desperately for that last couple power cards. And then Double Torch was really nasty. Double Torch is hard to handle. We've only had one removal spell ourselves. One Permafrost, no Ice Bolts. Not the easiest. So that means they have a trick. Which means that I have to block. There's no way that I can't call them on this. Yeah, exactly. Because we're dead if we don't block. It was too obvious they had it.
Fuel for the fire.
Yeah, this is just way too disgusting. Well, finally hit it. That sucks so much that now it's not really useful. It would be so insane if we still had Thudrock, but... Wow, another one of those too, huh? Their draw has been fantastic. Getting that Warp Godin on that turn and then Double Torch right after was just so insane. Wow, and triple Impatient Pyromage. Yeah, there's no way. I can't beat that hand. That's too good. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Well, this hand is garbage, so we've got to redraw that. This one is okay. We'll start with a clan standard, and then we can lead with Trumpeters. Trumpeter is not... Trumpeter's a weird 2-drop. It's not the 2-drop that you want to lead with, but it's acceptable to have to. Wow, suddenly we're getting a lot of fire. I haven't seen hardly any, and now everybody's running fire. Interesting. Maybe things have shifted. We'll see if... I was gonna say, we'll see if they have the absolute insane start again. Hey, look. That looks like a pretty insane start to me. Gross. I'll trade with the 2-1, and then we can at least Permafrost the Warcry. Oh, wow. Yep. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Not terrible, I would say. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. Hey, Samurai Hitman, thank you for the resub. Yeah, I think our opponent's turn here was pretty damn good. And by pretty damn good, I mean, holy fuck, I wish I could get a hand like that. Jesus Christ. Please, 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 please give me a chance to have a hand like that. Wow. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop is pretty gross. Alright, well, I will in fact block. I don't want to let them have the value out of that later. I imagine they needed it for Onslaught. Yep.
Swords.
And Quartermaster. Oh, let's hope Thudrock is good enough to do something. They're not going to have a lot of removal for Thudrock, so that's good at least. And we can Ice Bolt the 3-3. Play something like Fearless Yeti or Windflyer. What? Okay. If they feel like they can't beat Thudrock, that's fine by me. Opponent goes 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, scoop. Alright, cool. And now we have this hand. Wow, we've been on the draw a lot. Has it been like 4 games in a row? I guess it's not bad with this hand, because I do want to draw another power card. I think I keep it. We only need a Primal, and then we're in amazing shape. Going 1-drop. We just said 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop's pretty good. And you know what's a pretty good 3-drop in an all Yeti deck? Wump. Wump's a pretty good 3-drop. Okay. So this is the one problem with the clan standards. Well, one of a few problems, I suppose, with clan standard. I'd probably play the clan standard next turn anyways, and just skip the Yeti Windflyer to go for Wump. That's a problem. Very good 2-drop.
Touch of shadow.
I mean, yeah, go ahead and slam. Don't think I can reasonably block there. It doesn't make sense. I could hold back and try and double block, but that's not getting us anywhere. I really need to find either Dark Bolt or Permafrost or one of the merchants to get them. So we have a ton of different ways to deal with that. We just need to find one. Yep. We were kind of hoping they wouldn't have a removal spell there immediately, and we would draw power, and then we'd be able to Thudrock and kind of go off. As it turns out, not so much. So we can Windflyer and Fearless, which means that we could double block their 4-5. Is that something that we'd want to do? I could also just Wump and pray for Thudrock. Then we're just letting this hit us again. I think I like this. I think I like this. There's a very good chance they have removal, which is scary. If it's Annihilate, then it's really bad for us, because they can wait, get us to double block, and then kill one of the units and just wreck us.
We'll blaze up.
So I'm more than a little scared of that. If I'm the opponent, I probably would have attacked here with it. Okay. Oof, they had Desecrate. I'm surprised they spent any time thinking about this turn. That's super gross. Alright, well... we are all in on just beating face. This is now a race before they can draw too many inspired units. We do get a lot of damage down here. Genev Merchant is nice, too, because we can go for Permafrost. I'm going to do that. They can't block with Rista, which is helping us a bunch. Racing with the 5/6 isn't doing anything. Vara. Okay, well, we have Permafrost for that, so I think we've got them dead. They can't attack the 5/6. That'd be insane. And with the Merchant, we should be able to win. Desecrate had a real cost here.
All it takes.
Something gets you back.
And that's scary. Still win, though. Whew! That was a butt clencher. But we did it. Good attempt. Whew. Just letting Black Hole hit us over and over is not something that you would normally want to do, but as it turned out, it was the correct thing to do this time. Yetis is doing very well so far. Alright, I am going to keep this hand. We've been doing very good, and I like this curve a lot. Again, a power card, and we are so gold. Even without it, though, we've got a lot of play. I get it, we don't pay you enough. I mean...
Time quickens.
I can't expect chat to pay me, but... So, we're gonna slam in here. I'm willing to trade this for two reasons. A, Initiate is terrifying. This is the reason why Time can be really good, is because Time can get super early ramp cards and just wreck you before you have a chance to get anywhere. We've had people already do things like Initiate into Initiate, and then turn 3 play World Bearer. There's no deck that can deal with that. It's way too absurd. Like, yeah, this is disgusting. But we will do what racing we can, I suppose. So now we can snowball that if we want. I want to protect the Thudrock, so we're going to keep the 3/3 back. I still want to deal some damage, though, because then we're going to have problems with Scorpions later if we give them too much time. Plus things like Sandstorm Titan, obviously. Can get a lot of issues real fast. Ugh, gross. Already, huh? Well, we can get Jump Kick. We also Fend Off. Oh, this is all happening before the Destiny. That's interesting. So we can decide if we want to draw a power card here. And I'm going to say no. That's neat. Cool timing on that. Well, I was thinking that we were going to attack in and then Snowfort Trumpeter off of this dying. But now I feel like I just want to play Acquisitive Crow. And maybe pass to keep the Thudrock alive. I'm going to pass. I want Thudrock's Masterwork to actually give us a Thudrock, essentially. Yup. Gross. All in on Thudrock? Has to be. I can't attack the 2/1, that'd be crazy. They don't need to attack more than that. Yeah. Because they know, like, Sakalis, going 2 things under the bus of Sakalis just to try and get Thudrock in 2 turns is not worth it. That's way too much work. Slam with everything. Get Berserk. Hopefully get some good stuff. Substitute. It's not the bad. That's not the worst. Ah, awesome. We got the trade out of them. And that puts them down to 3. I'm surprised they did that. Ugh, that's a really bad one to hit. Acquisitive Crow can take over the game. It can also hit a lot of nothing. That was a little bit of nothing. I don't know that was a lot of nothing, but that was definitely some nothing. And I think we'll just play a regular Avalanche Yeti. We're too many turns away from actually doing anything with it. Burb wins games. Yes, it can. That trade ended up excellent for us. Sad about that lobotomy. Bam. Spell. Because this can put one of our explorers or sentinels into our hand, or can silence an enemy unit. It is a fast spell. So... silence? And then we could shift Bam if we want. Which is pretty reasonable. Wait, they don't have a market? Oh. That's surprising.
Form ranks behind me.
Huh. Fair enough. Yeah, snap trade. Weird. Yeah, I don't have a market in time. That's one of the most powerful ones that you can have. That's really strange to me. Alright, sabotage them. Whoa! Good sabotage! Good sabotage! Good job, me! Thank you very much. I kind of want to Ice Bolt the Kimmy or do something about it. I guess they're just throwing it into the 4/4. Do I really mind? Maybe it's okay. Yeah, I'll wait. I think we're okay. Throwing fault for blocking with Trailmaker. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong on that. Oh, they actually got Pledge in mono time? Wow. I considered doing that, but it was so hard because you don't get quite enough Pledge units. Not enough good ones, anyways. Whew. And they started their opener with that. Yeah, I do think that they threw away their Trailmaker before they should have. And yeah, we'll just take a damage. And if this is the attack, well, I get to pick up something for free. And it's going to be, by something, I mean Kimmy. I could Ice Bolt something now, too. I think I'd prefer to worry about something bigger, though. We've got a lot of life still. We're okay. Lock horns, you say? That's not bad. Could use that to kill their Scorpion if I want to. Could almost have killed them. Just pass the turn still. We've got this coming in, and that's lethal with Lock horns. We can substitute the Moonstone Vanguard if we absolutely had to, but it doesn't really matter. They're just dead on board. Yeah, there's no way they can get out of this. So this is going to be fun. Kill that. Kill that. I could lock horns just for fun too, because we've got them dead so many different ways. But, nah. We'll use it for damage. Just in case I'm mistaken. I don't think I am, though. About how lethal this is. Alright. Sweet. Whew. The Fibonacci sequence. So we've got Fearless Yeti into Yeti Windflyer. We're on the play. If we just draw Primal, this hand is amazing. I'm going to keep it, especially considering Fearless Yeti. If we can hit with Fearless Yeti, the odds of us being able to hit a Primal are really high. Alright, let's go ahead and slam. No removal. No removal. Grip Knife. That's fine. It does still let us see the top of our deck. Oh, speaking of seeing the top of our deck. It's unfortunate that that's not actually a Primal, but card draw's still good. No block. I would love Thudrock's Masterwork, but I need another Primal first. Gotta wait. In desperation, we can Ice Bolt our own units. Do I block here is a question. I think no. I think that our best chances are a race against Shadow deck. Kill Varas when we can. Everything else ignore and just go face. And there we go. So, do we Wump or Bam? The odds that they have removal are really high. So we could just Bam for now. Obviously, Bam getting an attack with Wump is nice. And if we sequence it, we can play Bam, and then we can go Wump next turn if they haven't killed Bam and immediately get the 1/1. Yeah, that's gotta be good enough. So, jam. Oh. Fair enough. Ooh, I like that as a way to get a Permafrost, but I'm gonna bottom because I really need those power cards. Could play Snowfort Trumpeter. We did get the Tribute, but we don't have anything to really pair it with. I don't want to Ice Bolt the 2/2. Our removal kind of needs to be for Vara only. This is in an express mark package that's for Vara's face. Like, the minute that she comes down, you just have to shoot her in the head. And if you don't, yeah, you're probably in a lot of trouble. Just let our opponent get a billion war cries. We just want to try and race them, and hopefully they don't draw enough of them in the meantime. Yeah. What? Shadow had removal? That's weird. No way, not Shadow. So we could Wump now so that we can Thudrock next turn. Was that a pause I saw? No. Do I Permafrost that? It's a good question. I think yes. Just while I have a turn where I can tap out really easily and use all my power. I still have another removal for Vara. I did say that removal was for Vara only, and then I used it against the not Vara, so we'll see if that comes back to bite me. Don't look at Wump. Don't you dare. Wump is a good boy, and I won't handle you bullying him. Alright, see, that's fine. Perfectly acceptable. Yup. Umbran Reaper used to be a card in Standard. It's nasty. I mean, that's a 10-point swing and a trade. Really, really good for them. Thankfully, we still have removal for the next thing. No! Alright, well, I mean, that's not as bad because we are on the board and they're just reacting now. As long as we keep them reacting, that can still be very good for us. That's problematic. I think I like Bam. I want to get those extra card draws. I was thinking of Acquisitive Crow, but I like Bam a little bit more here, I think. Alright. Playing Umbran Reaper again? Sure. I mean, that's certainly obnoxious. It's Ice Bolted. Could have done Fend Off, sure. Give me a power card. scouting party. Not a power card, but, you know, I think we're doing okay. And yeah, now we have Thudrock's Masterwork fend off. Oh, they have Malediction. Cool. I see why they were giving us a little bit of BM there. They were very confident. I could have started with the Thudrock's Masterwork too, so we could scouting party. Another Umbran Reaper. Sick. However... Goodbye, Umbran Reaper. Snowball power? No! Snowballing them gains them 5 life. Flash, flash, Lucker noob incoming? I don't know about that. See? Look! Chat's saying this person's gonna be mean, and look at this person. Speaking of chat, Ghosters, good to see you, Solar Spark. Good luck in the game. And I'm gonna keep this one. Man, screw people adding me to say that they like me. How dare they? I shouldn't have said they were BMing me. Yeah, well, I mean, they threw a little bit of that at that. People often do that, though, when they're trying to just, like... There's a fine line between BM and trying to emote somebody because you like them and just want to say hi. And it's always hard to go on that line. And yeah, sometimes I err on the wrong side of that, for sure. And I shouldn't. I should trust people. I know that. I kept a log of all the people that added me, and they were all very, very nice for a long time. So I should realize that that's generally the case. Alright. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of depleted power here, which is certainly an issue. I probably shouldn't have put as much in the deck. I don't know. I liked it because we're doing so many aggressive early game things, but then the downside is that we're doing a lot of aggressive early game things, and playing depleted power does not play into that very well. Hey, Knife Crow! Thank you for that resub. How do I want to do this? I think I want to Windflyer and make sure that it actually has the bonuses. Do I block their Crown Watch if they attack? That's really the question here.
Face judgment.
We need power to break this board open fast. I think I'm going to do this because I need to get Thudrock through. That's the way that I see beating them right away. Alright. Sure. Come on, power card. I need a Thudrock, and then I need the Ice Bolt to remove a blocker. I think that's our way to win this. Mm-hmm. Well... I'm just gonna play Bam. I know that's a little wild, but let's get Harsh Rule. We want to put a wide board on them, and Harsh Rule is a good card against us for that. This is going to be tough, though. It's going to be really, really tough. Getting the bonus for Valkyries onto Enforcers, slowing us down significantly. We're still 2 turns away at minimum from going Thudrock and then Ice Bolt and actually getting it in. And I'm not sure what we're doing in the meantime. Like, right now we just kind of have nothing going on for us. Uh-oh. If they're confident in attacking, that could be a big problem. Alright, less of an issue since they are actually going just for more power. Don't have anything else. We just have to race them and be lucky and hope they don't have enough Martyr's Chains kinds of cards to totally destroy us. Well, there's a Martyr's Chain type card. Oh, they didn't exchange. Interesting. No exchange is good. I'm gonna slam.
Something gets you back.
Do I go for the clan standard or permafrost? I think I have to just go for clan standard. And I need that power.
Let's hammer this out.
Yeah, twist, make it 6. Ow.
Impurities.
Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Well, I think we have to take a big risk here. I think that we have to play Thudrock, hope they don't have removal, and then we can play Avalanche Yeti. Oh no! Oh no! That is the absolute worst thing that we could see. By a lot. Yeah, it's definitely GG. Oofda. That was by far the worst thing that could have happened. We needed a lot more power that game. We got really stuck on that. Alright, still 6-3. Certainly not a bad record. That was very nice. And since we were doing this one for YouTube as well, I might as well say thank you to all the wonderful people that were watching on YouTube. So thanks for the subs, thanks to the patrons. We had a lot of subs tonight, actually. All the new follows and stuff. I appreciate everybody who shares this out and helps me do this for a living, so I do really appreciate that. And of course, check out my wonderful sponsor, inkgaming.com. And hey, Twitch chat can do that too. We've got the new hoodie in, and it looks absolutely amazing, so I'm super excited about that. This deck turned out to do very well. I don't know, maybe a little bit less on the depleted power. I sided on having a bunch of it because we had so much early game, but there's a back and forth with that. It's good because if we're drawing power late in the game, it's nice to have power that is usable in another way. It's bad because if we're trying to curve out and we have depleted power, that stops us from curving out. So a little bit of an issue there. Maybe cut down on scouting parties. I was basically never able to play them. We were always stuck on power. Maybe we just need a couple more power cards. Like, maybe we need an Eileen's favor even, just to try and find them. A little bit of Face Aegis would be okay against some of the Flame Blasts running around. So things like that might be a good idea to have in this deck. But I liked this Yeti deck more than I thought I would. This worked out quite well for a mono Primal deck. So we've got another good loyalty deck in the mix, and we've got Fire and Justice left to do.